Hello boaters, welcome to Narrowboat Journeys. We're on the Llangollen canal and I'm moored currently a little bit west of St Martin's near Bridge 15. That's Bridge 15 up ahead, and in today's video I'm going to boat all the way to the Chirk Aqueduct. I'd moored here for a couple of days or so because the weather was very hot and it was lovely and shady under these trees. This is another early morning cruise because the canal is pretty busy up ahead, and the canal in places is very narrow, not really the place where you want to meet lots of moving boats. In this particular boat trip I did go quite a bit further than the Chirk Aqueduct. I was boating for about 2 hours, and on reviewing all the video it was so beautiful there was no way I could condense it all into a 20-minute video without leaving too much out of it. So in this video we'll go as far as the Chirk Aqueduct, and in the next video we'll go through the Chirk Tunnel, on a bit further, and then through the White Houses Tunnel. On the left here we have a large hotel, and its bar and restaurant are open to boaters. You're very welcome to stop here apparently, and there's plenty of moorings for you to choose from. Just up ahead is the busy A5 main road. not sure how you pronounce that. Rhoswiel, I don't know. Western Rin, that's a bit easier. That's off to the left. It's a small village, but it does have a pub and a shop. Please slow down. Yeah, I expect they've been bashed a few times. The canal looks deceptively quiet in my videos, and that's mainly because I set off so early. Coming up, we'll be going past a pub in a minute, and you'll see lots of moored boats moored outside of that, and usually about 9 o'clock in the morning, more or less, they'll all set off together. And these boats are moored up near the pub I mentioned. The pub itself is around the corner a bit. And there's the pub. Lots of moored hire boats usually means there's a pub nearby. Watch out for this narrow bit. Beyond here the canal does actually get pretty narrow all the way through. You can moor up, but it's quite tight, and if there's boats moving and trying to get past it, it will be a bit of a squeeze, shall we say. This area is known as Chirk Bank, and basically the canal is just cut into the side of the hill. That's why it's so narrow. Is there room here to pass an oncoming boat? I'm really not sure. It's going to be extremely tight if it is possible. I didn't meet anyone, thankfully, so that remains unknown. Probably a little later in the day these boats will have all moved on anyway, I expect. And that explains the moored boats. There's only room for one boat to go through under here. We're very close to the Chirk Aqueduct now. It's just around the corner. This aqueduct is only wide enough for one boat, so if there's a boat coming towards you, you must wait here before you try and go across. If the canal is busy, that means you might have to wait for quite a while. Travelling in this direction, we're going against the flow of the water, so it's very slow going. It's really quite beautiful today. That column of steam is coming from the village of Chirk, which is just directly ahead. There's an enormous factory there that makes MDF or plywood or something like that. You can't really see it from the canal. I'll show you a picture of that in the next video. There's some lovely views from this aqueduct. I'll show you the whole thing, the whole crossing in real time. Back at Bridge 21, which we came through earlier, if you walk down to the pub down the road, carry on a little bit further, you can then walk through these fields down below the aqueduct and the viaduct. There's a beautiful river there as well. It's quite a nice walk. I didn't see any trains crossing the viaduct on the left. They do occasionally. Up ahead there you can see the Chirk Tunnel. It's right after the aqueduct. There is a winding hole between the aqueduct and the tunnel, so you can turn around and go back if you want. If you want to stop and visit Chirk, your best bet is to go through the tunnel and moor up on the other side. It's a deep wooded cutting on the other side, but there's lots of places you can moor up, and then a footpath will lead you up into the village. Between the aqueduct and the tunnel up ahead here, there is some space, but that's more of a waiting space. Boats will stop there and wait to go through the aqueduct or to go through the tunnel. And if you've moored up there to go to the shop, there would probably be trouble. As you can see, it takes quite a while to cross this aqueduct. At the editing stage of this video, of course, I could have speeded it up or cut it short, but I wanted you to see just how long it takes to go across. It's a bit quicker coming the other way though, because you've got the flow of the canal to aid you. And here we are, we've arrived in Wales. And here we are in Chirk. We'll go through the tunnel and beyond in the next video. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.